Manchester United need to sign a new midfielder. Could that be Sofyan Amrabat? The Moroccan lit up the World Cup. Absolutely fantastic there. But how good is he? I'm going to tell you in this video. Make sure you drop a like on this one because this is a huge, like 150-page scouting detailed report on Amrabat covering all of his strengths. Going to show you in-game examples of all of his ball playing, progression, ball winning, tackling, so many things. Highlight his weaknesses. But trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to be very pro Amrabat. He really does look like he could be perfect for Manchester United. Let's get into it. Amrabat. This is good propaganda, trust me. You are going to want Manchester United to sign Amrabat by the time you've watched this video. So we're going to take a look at all the different areas. Can everyone leave a comment, by the way? Just say thank you, Steve. See how many people leave that. Steve has really helped with the research and all of these. I love doing these sorts of videos on United People's TV. They take a lot of time and a lot of work, but I think it's worth it. So you can see here what we've got down as his strengths. Maintaining possession. We need someone there. Someone who can recycle possession. Someone who's progressive. Someone who can carry the ball. Somebody who can win the ball. Has anticipation. You know, we need that sort of midfielder. Now we'll take a look at his weaknesses, all right? But I tell you what, his strengths way outweigh his weaknesses, right? Let's focus on this. Maintaining possession. You might say it's boring, but we need that player in this team for us to really be capable of playing Ten Hag's style of play. We look at the stats from Serie A last season. Only Napoli had more possession than Fiorentina. Above Inter, above Milan, above Juve, above all the others. They had a lot of the ball. And Amrabat was a high-volume passer. So in the 91st percentile of passes completed per 90. A 97th percentile in total passing distance. This dude recycles possession. He's always wanting the ball, and he always makes sure that Fiorentina had the ball. Here's some examples for you to show you exactly what I mean. It's simple, but United needs somebody to do the simple stuff consistently and effectively and reliably, which we currently don't have. Passes it into his teammate there, passes it back, a little 1-2, passes it over there, runs into space, gets the ball back again, a little pass back. It's just recycling of possession. It's controlling the game of football without needing to go the whole way towards the edge of the opposition's box. Control the ball. Control the game. Another example here. Ball is passed into him in space there. He turns into space, turns around, finds his teammate. Another example here. Turns into space, uses his body as a feint. You think he's not going to win it. You think he might lose it, sorry. But he uses his strength. And that's something that's quite impressive, actually, about Amrabat. You can see there, that is a position where, and this will happen to United a lot this season, we will try and play out from the back, and teams will press us. So we need a press-resistant midfielder. Amrabat is press-resistant. Very much so. So in that sense, he's absolutely ideal. And when it comes to really what we need, and what we wanted to get in Frankie de Jong, that midfielder who can drop in and be that progressive midfielder to really bring the ball forward. Now, Frankie de Jong is a better ball carrier than Amrabat, for sure. But in terms of actually progressive passing, Amrabat is excellent. Example here. Perfect pass. It's not the easiest of passes, but it's one that maybe we would expect Martinez to make at the club right now. I'm not sure there's another player that you would rely on consistently to make those sorts of line-breaking passes. That's what that is right there, right? You've got the line. Let's draw the lines on here. You've got one line there. You've got another line here. And he goes straight through them. That's progressive passing in a nutshell. Right? I don't need to tell you that. You know that. Perfect pass to his teammate. Easy peasy. Another example here. Receives the ball in this situation. Gets put under pressure again. Turns his man. Passes it with his left foot. Also very capable on both feet. But there's different sorts of passing. Short, medium, and long range. And this is what I mean. The more you read about Amrabat and the more you listen to this video, the more you're going to want United to sign Amrabat. Trust me. Amrabat, they're a perfect example. A little mid-range pass. A little looping ball over the top. Lovely. Perfect. Another example here. Now, I'm going to pause for a second. Where do you... you know how you used to play like spot the ball? Where do you think Amrabat's going to pass here? Because he's got 1, 2... 3. You could technically put it over there. 4, 5. you might be able to lay it in front of that player there. Maybe 6, and if you wanted to, you can play in that one there. 7 options. Where do you think he's going to play it? I don't know why I'm playing a game myself. Anyway, he goes for this option. That's the perfect option, in my opinion. Straight through, plays it perfectly. They score. It's a simple... It's simple when you look at it like that, but it's not that simple. It's a difficult pass to do. You need somebody who's got the technical quality and the ability to play that ball, and Amrabat has that in abundance. He is so progressive. That's numero uno. But as I said, there is more to his game than just that. Man, we better sign Amrabat. This video is going to suck balls if Liverpool sign Amrabat. This is from The Athletic. I'll go and have some full screen so you can read this. In possession, Amrabat is a capable long-range passer who circulates the play well. Of all the Serie A's midfielders last season, he completed the most long passes per game while retaining a high long pass accuracy of 84%. Nobody completed more long passes per 90 than Amrabat. And we need someone to do that because the switch of play is going to be really important for United this season because of how we play. Look, Wolves really squeezed the left-hand side. Sure, couldn't have the ball. Went over to Wan-Bissaka. We need somebody who can find those balls, switch the play, force the team that we're playing against to move across left and right of the pitch. That will then create spaces that we can exploit. Easy ball here. Now, there's one pass here that gives me a little bit of Scholes vibes. I'm not saying he's Paul Scholes, but we haven't... Man. Eriksen's good, but he doesn't have the physicality, and that's another thing. As I said, trust me, the more you read about Amrabat. Lovely ball over the top there. Spots his man. Gets a pass in, but it's this pass here that I really, really like. You can see basically, well, you can't see the player he's passing to because he's passing it into space, knowing that his teammate's going to run onto it. A really nice ball over the top, nice and low, wasn't a massively lofted, right in behind the defense, over to his teammate, right on the other wing. That's got a bit Scholes. That's a little bit Scholesy, that one. Another example here, a lovely ball over to the other wing. He's very capable of switching play, of long balls over the top. So it's not just he's a high-volume, short passer. Yeah, he's got capability and, he's capable and has ability. I suppose that is capability. He's very good at passing. All of them. Ball carrying as well. And this is something I didn't actually quite know about Amrabat until I was doing all the research, and big up to Steve for doing this. I didn't know that ball carrying was a big part of his game. But he's certainly capable in that sense too. You can see there about his progressive distance, his carries. He's just a very, very, very good all-round midfielder. Example here. And we need someone who can do this too. Receives the ball on the edge of his own box. As I said, press resistant. Turns his man. Runs into space. Dummies. Drives through. Look at that. Look how far he's carried that. From the edge of his own box, he has carried that way over the halfway line. Just over the halfway line. And passed it to his teammate. So he doesn't just have to rely on finding somebody to pass to. If situations dictate, he has the ability to actually carry it himself. Another big, big plus. Another example here. Ball gets put into space. He chases onto it. He wants it more. Gets on the loose ball. Drives forward. Drives forward. Brings the team up the pitch. Progressive. Now, unfortunately, his pass hits the dude in the back of the head. So it didn't actually lead to a goal. But look at that. From this scenario here, where he's just chasing a bit of an overhit pass, he drives it, determination to win that ball, carries it all the way up the pitch, danger gone. Another example here, he receives the ball on the edge of his own box, but look at him bringing that ball forward and driving the attack. Amrabat can not only be the progressive passer, he can not only do the long passes too, but he can also bring the ball forward when necessary, and he's a good tackler too. Look at this. Right, let me pull this one up. He grew up playing no rules football in the streets near his home in the Netherlands. Very nice. Ooh, taking on older boys. Built up resilience. He ran the furthest of any player at the World Cup, despite needing pain-killing injections to get through 4 of his 7 starts. Now, that doesn't really tell you about what sort of player he is, then, well, it does. And he can win a tackle too. Here you can see he's off screen, bursts in, and timing is important here. You know how like Martinez and everyone's like, oh, he's so small, can't be a centre-back. But Martinez's timing negates for that a little bit. Negates for his height. because you don't need to be 6'4" if you're smart enough about it. His timing in the tackling can be good. It can also be a bit of a weakness, which I will speak about a little bit later in the show, but he can win the ball. Look at winning the ball high up the pitch. It's what United need is turnovers. This is what Casemiro tried against Wolves 3 times, and it didn't work. But that's also a big part I'm going to cover next in terms of his defensive transitions. Trust me, as I said, the more you watch this video, the more you're going to want Amrabat. Example here, timing, runs on. He's happy to be the aggressive pressing central midfielder. He doesn't just have to sit there and wait in shape. And Ten Hag will want that. It's what we showed against Wolves. We didn't really do it properly. But he really does just fit the system like a glove. Another example there of him winning the ball. It's all up there. It's all about the timing and the decision making. And he's got that as well. Now, anticipation is something that I've sort of... Whenever I speak about Michael Carrick, this is something I always say about him. Michael Carrick didn't really have to be that ball-winning central midfielder because Michael Carrick, instead of going for the tackle, he would block the passing lane. If you anticipate where the pass is going, you don't have to make the tackle. You can just intercept the ball. And again, Amrabat, some different examples of him doing that here. Anticipating where the passes are going, reading the game, scanning. Amrabat has that too. Example here in terms of a little bit of a defensive transition. He spots the danger. He covers his running man. He blocks the tackle. He saw that danger and he covered it. He did that for Morocco really, really well at the World Cup. I think that's where he got a lot of stripes. But he's very good. And this is, in particular, I think is going to be really significant and important for United. This is him talking about that tackle that he made against Mbappe. You know the World Cup where he sprint back like 50 yards, matched Mbappe, did a huge tackle, and he said this. You can see from the way I ran, I gave everything. You can see from the way I ran, and you can see from my face that I put everything into that sprint. Everybody knows what a fantastic player he is and how fast he is. It was 1-0. I know if they made it 2-0, the game was finished. We were so near the final. Yes, I put everything into that sprint. That tackle was the only way to stop him. It was the perfect tackle. It really, really was. I haven't got photos of it up here. But defensive transitions and an essential midfielder who has the physical capability of helping in the defensive transitions is necessary. It's why Casemiro got caught out so much, because he didn't have the pace required to cover the space that he left in behind, which our style of play is going to do this year. It's a risk. It's an aggressive style. So you need the physicality to cover those risks. Example here. You can see where Amrabat is, and he drives, and he drives, and he drives, and he gets in, and he gets the ball. Example here as well. Amrabat's in the middle, scanning which way he's going to go, left or right. He sees where the pass is going, and he covers the space with a great tackle. Intelligence, scanning. Another example here. Amrabat, you can see in the middle. He sees where the danger is going to happen, and he goes and he closes that space down. Another example here. Look at that drive back from Amrabat. So not only have you got what have we done so far? Ball progression, high volume of passes, long passes, interceptions, tackling. I did tell you that you were going to like him by the end of this video. Now, in terms of weaknesses, right? A strength can be a weakness if the timing is wrong. And of course, he's not a perfect midfielder. There's going to be examples such as these two examples here of him just mistiming his tackles, right? So his aggression can become a weakness. And in terms of his aerial ability, he's not the best. His timing in the jump isn't always very good. And obviously, because of his physicality, he's quite a small guy. So aerial duels were never really going to be one of his biggest strengths. Let's be honest. What I want to show you here right at the end is a perfect example of everything that I just spoke about with Amrabat in action. Amrabat, he's in space, receives the ball here, drives into that space, tackles him. Sorry, he didn't receive the ball. He tackled him. He anticipated it. Tackled him. Drives the ball forward. Brings the team up the pitch. Progressive running with the ball. Passes it through to his teammate. Executed perfectly. Goal. That's Amrabat. He really, really could be the perfect midfield signing. It's not a cheaping out signing. He ticks all the boxes, and he's played for Ten Hag before, and he's going to cost less than 30 million, and he's 26, and he's got 4 years left. Physicality through the roof. Nobody cover more ground than him at the World Cup. I hope United sign him. And I think after you've watched that video, I'd be surprised if you didn't agree with me. Now, you can let me know what you think in the comments below. And as I said, if you did enjoy it and you learned a thing or two, please drop a like on the video and consider subscribing, because there'll be more of these. And I hope we'll be seeing more of Amrabat. We'll find out soon, I suppose.